Hi, everybody. Again, it's Jamal Allen with Arch Staffing. And today on our candidate spotlight profile, we're really excited to have one of the top talent acquisition leaders in the Houston market and really in the global space. So I'd like to introduce Nayeem. Nayeem, you want to tell us your name, kind of where you live and what jobs that you're targeting?
Sure. Well, thank you, Jamal, for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Nayeem Chowdhury, and I live in the Bear Creek area here in Northwest Houston. I'm a strategic, data-driven global talent acquisition collaborative HR business partner. I provide in-depth strategy and solution expertise and outside-the-box innovation in sync with new and upcoming technologies, and to ensure ongoing and future organizational talent demands are met, exceeded, and measured. What I'm looking for particularly are global talent acquisition program, process, system manager, or senior HR business partners, which cover talent acquisition transformation, automation, digitization strategies, and innovation in the areas of sourcing, branding, and continuous improvement.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see. Back.
What is your ideal?
Yep. So, Nayeem, what would you describe would be your ideal company culture? Pretty much what I'm asking is, what are you looking for in your next employer?
Sure. I look for a variety of different things. Number one is workplace environment, making sure that you have people around you that are always positive. There's always good ways to connect with your employees, doing activities with them, both professional and personal, where you have that team cohesion. I look at organizations that have long-term employees where there's very little turnover. Shows me that, regardless of, different companies, trying to poach your coworkers, that they don't want to leave because they enjoy the company culture so well. I look for clear mission statement and values that resonate from the top to bottom, where the message is consistent and you can see it clearly. Organizations that are transparent with their employees. Everyone knows where they stand, where the company is headed, and you feel like you're in the loop. Working with a number of global organizations, diversity is very important to me. Working with people from various backgrounds, cultures, that's been something that's been really enjoyable, and getting to learn about different types of perspectives around the world. Companies where wins are celebrated. Going back to that positive environment, what keeps people motivated is being recognized, and having your managers, your leadership recognize accomplishments of yourself, your team. I think this is very important, when you're looking for an organization to work for. Also, the visibility and accessibility of leaders. Employees, like I said, look for supportive leaders, who are accessible, honest, and authentic, and who believe that they're investing in them. And then talking about investment is ongoing professional development and opportunities, is, getting the employee to be able to develop in their career skills, like attending, different seminars, maybe professional or industry, but to basically help them grow, advance, and learn more so they can be promoted and expand their skill sets.
Wow, that's awesome. Very good. Thank you so much for all the insight on that. Another question that I would have, kind of as what you're looking for from an employer. Employers are obviously looking at a ton of resumes right now, and they're trying to sift through a lot of the noise of great talent and all these resumes. So really, when somebody's looking at your resume, what's that X factor that will jump out that perhaps they might not be able to see on that resume if they were to hire you?
Oh, great question. I bring a decade of strategic talent acquisition leadership experience from teams I've managed all over the world. And my teams have always exceeded delivery because my strongest skill sets are adaptable, to organizational change, to new tools, processes, environments, or new market dynamics. And the ability to basically adapt to your, constant changing, workplace, I think is very, very important to have, within my space. I always have a strategic, big picture way of view that I lead my teams, is, aligned to a certain goal and meeting the customer requirements and to deliver and with the highest quality. I bring a strong data-driven approach to best meet these needs. I empower my employees by setting vision, by motivating them, coaching them, inspiring them when needed, but just also being able to help anyone who's a stakeholder or not a stakeholder, and be able to share my knowledge and be able to harness theirs. And then also being able to manage, as I mentioned before, remote and international teams. I believe that over the years, I've built a strong communication skill set, easily to break down cultural barriers and establish strong relationships with all the stakeholders, internal and external, and the people that I work with.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that as well. Part of the thing that we're also hoping to help out, not just get your name and your story out there, but also to provide those who are also kind of on the same journey as you of looking for a new opportunity, a new role. Would you mind sharing any advice, tips, tricks, things that you've heard, or things that might help other job seekers?
Sure, of course. What I've learned in the short time being out of the market is employer referrals are everything. For example, I've for years have applied to companies like Amazon, Facebook, or kind of the big names, and I feel that my background is aligned to a lot of what jobs I saw open. I never heard a thing. The one time I connected with a friend of mine that worked at Amazon, gave me a referral. I got a phone interview the next day. So connect with your network of people who don't hesitate to reach out and be able to work with them, because employer referrals are a huge channel within talent acquisition. And talent, they say game recognizes game.
Right.
So
Right.
so that's a lot, and a lot of it is true, and that's where you get a lot of opportunity and traction where you might not just applying to a job. Another thing is broaden your LinkedIn reach. Go to a LinkedIn company page, see who's their employee list. You may not even know that you might be a first or secondary connection. Consider just doing the research, taking the time, and be able to go through mutual contacts and connecting to these people, because you just never know who you're connected to that could lead you to your next career. And then number one, to me, it was really important is creating genuine connections.
Yeah.
Not just being able to just go to reach out, hey, can you help me out? The one thing that I did is, when I first got laid off, is I went on LinkedIn and I asked, to my LinkedIn network, is there any way that I can help you, with your career search, by, connecting you with someone on my network, writing you a recommendation, or giving you advice, on, resume, or just anything that I can do for you, rather than me, hey, can you please help me out? And I said, we can help each other, because we're in a time where we all need each other to, get to where we need to be.
Absolutely. I cannot agree more with that statement. That is very powerful stuff. Well, Nayeem, I really appreciate your time. You've actually given me a couple of ideas of some places we need to get on the morning call. We start naming some of those big companies. So I have a couple of places to chat with you more on that. But
Sure.
Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to helping you with your next chapter.
I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you too.